Annyeong everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren. Nice to meet you. In today's video, I'll be taking you to Krabi, Thailand. But this video isn't just going to be beautiful beaches or relaxation. Yes, there is a footage of it, but there's a little bit of background to this trip. And let's get into it. Until recently, I was in corporate, and only a few days before this trip, I left my job. It all actually sounds quite romantic, right? Having a break in Krabi in between leaving a stable 9 to 5 and going full-time content creation to follow my passion? Well, let's rewind. Before Lolo Kimchi, I was just really done. I was very burnt out, and actually my job was very demanding. The workload insane. I was sick all the time from stress. Having to open up my laptop, dreading if there were any important updates or messages while I was away to a clinic wasn't really just fun. But if I just go straight to the point, the core of all these wasn't just the job itself. It was my own insecurities.
Thank you.
I've been working so hard to get you out of my head, but I can't stop me thinking.
How much did you pay for this?
Including the shirt, everything is
Very nice.
Initially, I could not pin down that it was actually my insecurities. Now that I think back, it's likely that I didn't want to face the truth.
Wait, yes.
I felt like I didn't belong. My colleagues had PhDs, master's degree, and there I was with just my bachelor's. On top of that, everyone in the team was with this employer for so long already, and I did have the skills, sure, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I kind of landed this job by some dumb luck and felt like I needed to prove myself constantly. Instead of asking for help, I just stayed up late, sometimes all night, trying to figure out everything by myself. No one asked me to, but I just really pushed myself so hard, and I thought not knowing something meant I wasn't enough.
Oh yes. Very nice.
So it doesn't really make sense in hindsight, but at the time, I was just under this pressure to bring out the same or better output than my colleagues. I really just tied my value to how much I achieved for each project.
Thank you.
And deep fried chicken with garlic and bacon.
Thank you. Enjoy your food. Thank you. Cheers.
Morning color lights the hall. Close your eyes and think. Onto all that feeds your soul. I know a place where the sun shines every day. So come with me.
As I further dig in, the core to this was that I did not know myself very well. I had defined my entire identity around my career, so when work was chaotic, I felt chaotic. When I couldn't keep up, I felt like I wasn't enough. And most importantly, I never pinpointed or deep dived beyond the feelings that were on the superficial level. It's just so easy to say things like, oh, I don't feel comfortable working here, or I don't feel enough to be here. I mean, those feelings need to have a proper breakdown. What were the triggers to these feelings in the first place? I never really asked myself the important questions. Who am I? outside of work? Or what do I actually want?
Like something from a fantasy. Did you feel it from across the room? Did you feel a little enchanted too? Did I miss something more with you? Did you think of chasing after me?
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Garlic.
Thank you.
Boxing Stadium, Muay Thai, Muay Thai, Thai Boxing Super Fights.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Coming to Krabi, the views and slower pace gave me space to breathe and really just to think. I realized that I had been so consumed with being good at work and I missed out on living. I gave up on having fun, building friendships, and taking a proper break.
Would you have come to sit with me? Love the feeling of your eyes on me. Like something from a fantasy. Did you?
Before you sleep.
Oh. So many things. How many pieces?
One week left and I can't escape the things that you said, the way that I felt.
Okay, so here's a breakdown on that surface level feelings. First one was that without deep diving who I really was, I made a very hasty judgment on what career path I wanted to be on. Once I landed a job, I decided this is going to be my identity and this is my career in this life. I was very self-consumed with me having that identity. Secondly, I completely disregarded doing something fun for myself. I long missed out on the feeling of being completely engrossed in something or the happiness from losing myself in something. At the time, for me, doing something outside the work didn't really feel productive and felt like a little bit of waste of time. Silly enough, I didn't even watch Netflix or meet up with friends anymore. There was no simple joy in my life, and that really led me to even seek further validation at work.
Do you have reservation?
Yes, 12:30.
2% alright or one?
Yeah, actually just one.
New underway.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
And everything you put over there.
Sure.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you. It was very good. Thank you.
So it's connected to the pole, so I can see my husband working over there. Please behave.
No. Oh.
So that's when I started Lolo the Kimchi. What began as a creative outlet became something much deeper. It was a very good way to rediscover myself and what I liked. And there were surprisingly so many things that I actually loved that I had never begun to think that I would like. I loved writing scripts, editing videos, and connecting with people. For the first time, I didn't really need that validation from people. I was doing something that just simply brought me joy. But don't get me wrong, like all the videos weren't perfect, but every video that I made taught me a little more about myself. And I know it sounds very, very cheesy, but I started liking me again.
Is she trying to wash it? She's smiling.
So looking back, there are a few things that I wish I could tell my younger self. 1. Engage in things that simply just bring joy. Doesn't matter whether these things are considered a waste of time or unproductive. Actually, maybe just list all the most unproductive but pure fun things you just want to do. Like playing League of Legends for 10 days undisturbed, or like binge watching Korean dramas. You can literally just de-stress from thinking about it and writing that list. And most importantly, by doing this, you get to practice how to discern what your heart actually desires, hence more clarity eventually when you think about what you want to do with your life, if that makes sense. Two, if you're intimidated by your colleagues, just get to know them better. Be curious about these people around you and ask them things that are beyond how was your weekend. You don't feel intimidated by asking questions to your friends. So pretend your colleagues are your friends, or just make them your real friends.
Still marching. Time after time.
What's time after time?
Time after time. Na 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 na. Time after time. Why would they fly like that if not?
They are in a tornado.
We're fighting.
3. Do not suffer too long. I agree that you need a certain amount of pain to grow, but if you're constantly in pain, it's not really worth it, and it's absolutely okay to move on. Changing teams or even careers does not mean you have failed. It is definitely uncomfortable to admit that you have tied your entire worth to a job title or a paycheck. But a very gentle reminder, once again, your work is not your worth. Your worth is not your work. So that's all I have for today's video, and if this has resonated with you, hit like and subscribe, and let's talk in the comments. I'd like to keep this journey going together. Bye!